At this point, we have a nice clean burette, and so we need to fill it with our base, sodium hydroxide. So I went ahead and I have some sodium hydroxide in my small beaker, and I have my waste beaker so that I can have a place to put my sodium hydroxide that can go down the drain. We'll have to put it in a waste container when we're done. So I put everything in a nice waste beaker. So to fill our burette, I'm going to take it off of the burette clamp, and I'm going to take it down to the top here. As long as you have the tip of the beaker touching glass, you can pour that into our burette. But before you pour anything in the burette, check your burette clamp here, or the stopcock. If it's parallel with the burette, it is open, so make sure you close it. We can't just pour sodium hydroxide in there, because when we cleaned our burette, notice there's a little bit of liquid here. If I added sodium hydroxide to this in a little bit of water, it would make a dilution and change the concentration, and that would affect our results. So what we need to do is rinse our burette several times with the sodium hydroxide solution to get rid of that excess water. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to take my burette, I'm going to pour in about 5 milliliters of sodium hydroxide, my base, into the burette. Not very much, just about 5 mils. This is a really long burette, so I'm going to put it back into focus so you can see. About 5 milliliters. And then just like we did with the water, I'm going to rinse the walls of the glass of the burette. I'm going to take this sodium hydroxide. You can't see my whole burette, but I am taking and rinsing the liquid up and down the walls of this glass. And I have the open end over my waste beaker in case some comes out. Then I'm going to run the base through the tip. If it doesn't come out, there's surface tension, so hit the burette so that all of the liquid comes out. Now we have some residual liquid in there, and it took out some of the water, so it's like 97% of it is now sodium hydroxide and a little bit of water. So we want to do this 2 more times. So we're going to add about 5 milliliters of sodium hydroxide. Again, we're going to rinse. So I'm going to keep this down here. So I'm going to show you that you're going to make the sodium hydroxide go along the walls of the glass of the burette. And then I'm going to run it through into my waste beaker. Okay. And that took a lot more of the water. Okay. And by the third rinse, after the third rinse, the residual liquid that's going to be in the burette will be the correct concentration of sodium hydroxide. Do that last rinse. Let it run out. Okay. Close our stopcock, and now I'm going to fill up my burette. I'm going to, can you see that? I'm going to just put the beaker at the very top, and then just pour in my sodium hydroxide. I didn't quite have enough to fill it all the way up, but at least got it half filled. So I don't know if you can see that. And then we'll have another video on how to read the burette. So once that's filled, go ahead and put this onto our burette clamp. We're not quite ready yet, because notice there is air. Can you see in the tip? There is air in the tip of my burette. I need to get rid of that air. So I'm going to put the beaker underneath. I'm going to open up the stopcock and then tap the burette. I'm trying to get all the air out of the tip. All right, so now when there's no air there, close it up. My burette is ready. So you can see there's no air in the tip there. Close in. So you can see our burette is now ready to go.